Previously on Harmony and Chaos. A weakened Sonic was attacked and kidnapped by Infinite the Jackal and awaited his fate of being roboticized inside the confines of an electrified prison cell. Rainbow Dash's request for the double Rainbow Potion was denied by Twilight. However, Spike agreed to help her by stealing a vial of the potion. After taking the potion, Rainbow Dash and Silver set off for the Egg Destroyer in their attempt to rescue Sonic. Once aboard Eggman's ship, there was little time to formulate a plan, as the security alarms alerted Eggman's team to the rescue attempt. Rainbow Dash and Silver would successfully be able to escape the initial attack by the Badniks, and formulated a plan to not only rescue Sonic, but to destroy the Egg Destroyer and put an early end to the Eggman Empire. Elsewhere on the ship, Sonic had convinced Zavok to release him from his prison cell for an attempt at revenge. However, Zavok's attempt to stab Sonic backfired as Sonic kicked Zavok from behind, sending him into a wall and into the knife. Infinite would return to Eggman's ship to thwart Rainbow Dash and Silver's rescue attempt. The fight between Silver and Infinite was an even match, despite Infinite's use of the Phantom Ruby. During the fight, Silver had gained the upper hand and stunned Infinite enough to be able to trigger the ship's self-destruct program. However, as Silver attempted to escape, Infinite caught him and knocked Silver unconscious as the countdown to the ship's destruction began. Elsewhere on the ship, the fight between Zavok and Sonic continued. Despite the injuries, Zavok had gained the upper hand on a battle-weary Sonic and had turned the table on him completely. However, just as Zavok was about to perform Sonic's coup de grace, Rainbow Dash had arrived and saved her husband's life. Sondash's happy reunion would be short-lived, as the realization set in that they only had a few minutes to escape the self-destructing ship. As Sondash raced towards the escape pods, Silver would regain consciousness and use the ship's PA system to call out for help. As Sondash raced off to help Silver, they would be attacked by Metal Sonic. With the combined powers of the Element of Loyalty and the Double Rainbow Potion, Rainbow Dash unleashed a massive counterattack that stunned Metal Sonic, allowing her and Sonic to escape and save Silver. Sondash and Silver managed to escape the ship's explosion and return safely to Equestria. However, their celebration would be short-lived, as Metal Sonic had also escaped and followed our heroes home. An enraged Rainbow Dash would begin her assault upon Metal. As the fight continued, Metal proved to be too much for Rainbow Dash to handle. With Rainbow Dash down and seemingly defeated, Sonic would regain consciousness and trap Metal in a full Nelson lock, and urged Rainbow Dash to deliver one last Sonic Rainboom to the psychotic Metal doppelganger. Rainbow Dash would deliver on her husband's wishes and left Metal Sonic dismantled and scattered across the battlefield. Now that Sonic has been saved and Eggman's ship and his plans blown to pieces, is this truly the end of the Eggman Empire? Find out this and more in this gripping episode of Harmony and Chaos. Episode 99, The Demons of the Past. Northern Equestria, Dr. Eggman's compound. So, what were you able to find out?
It was a total loss. Your ship, all of your plans that were on it, gone. I found what was left of Zavok, floating amongst the debris of your ship in outer space. I also checked the coordinates you gave me of Metal Sonic's microchip. And he, like Zavok, was in pieces. completely dismantled by Sonic and his friends.
Is there anything left of him that's salvageable?
I'm not sure. You have the coordinates to where he is? Why don't you go and check it out for yourself? Fixing your broken toys was never part of my responsibility.
Take me to him, Infinite. I need to salvage what I can so I can create Cybersonic.
No, this is where our partnership ends, Doctor. You no longer provide any use to me. The Phantom Ruby is in my possession, and my squad was wiped out by Shadow the Hedgehog. As far as I'm concerned, our business deal is null and void.
How dare you betray me after I gave you that ruby? You'd be dead had I not chosen to spare you.
You're lucky I don't kill you for what you've done. You alone are responsible for most of my squad's slaughter. The only reason I don't finish the job is because you did spare my life. Let's just say we're even and leave it at that.
It's not over yet, Infinite. We managed to save a portion of my bots. We could still rule this world together.
Face facts, Eggman. You're finished. This world belongs to me. My suggestion to you is to retire and stay the hell out of my way, and we won't have a problem.
Infinite walks out on Dr. Eggman.
You'll pay, Infinite!
I can't do this alone, even though I am strong. Need something more than me, someone to push me to victory. Let's see what we can do together, me and you. Can't be afraid to try. Kiss your fears goodbye. No looking back. You and I were on the attack, full speed ahead, running to the sunset. Such a different feeling. Both of us believing we can make it better. Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give nothing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight. It's a brand new day. We have turned the page. Never knew how much I needed somebody to help me this way. All alone, we will never be. The two of us are holding the key. We see today a world we couldn't see. Before I say goodbye to you, one more last fist bump.
Rarity's Boutique. Cream enters with donuts and coffee.
Rarity! I come bearing gifts.
Oh, darling, you brought me a coffee. Ooh, and donuts, too. Perfect. I need my fuel because it's Gala Week and we're under the gun.
Well, I'm back for good now and wanted to know if Fluttershy's position is still open.
Well, considering that position was yours to begin with, it's only fitting that it's yours now if you want it.
You know I do. I'm gonna go with a second chance and a plan.
Forgive me for asking, dear, but do these plans include winning back Spike?
No, of course not. Spike has moved on with his life. He's a sweetie belle now, and besides, I have my own crush to worry about.
Oh, and who's the lucky boy?
No way! There's no way I'm telling you anything. You're the gossip queen of Equestria. The whole damn town will know by sundown.
Guilty as charged on that point, but welcome back as my personal assistant, Cream. And honestly, it couldn't have come at a better time, darling. After the madness of the gala concludes, Kappa and I are heading up to the Crystal Empire to look at properties for our fourth store.
That, and I heard it's a beautiful, romantic place to visit.
And I told you no lie, darling.
Chris enters the boutique from the back. Hey, boss lady. Sorry I ran a little bit late this morning. Amy is at home sick, so I wanted to make sure she's okay before I left.
Oh, you're fine, Chris, but we better get you loaded and on your way, darling.
I know. I saw the loading dock on my way in. I'm going to have a full cargo bay every day this week.
I've already requested ground carriers for today and tomorrow to help take the workload off of you a bit. In any case, I'm loading you strictly with the Manhattan store orders today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. I'm going with a Quiet X ground for Canterlot. Well, let's get you loaded, Chris.
You got it. Chris, Rarity, and Capper head to the loading dock. Charmy enters the boutique.
Hey, beautiful! Good morning! Good morning, Charmy. I hope you don't mind me stopping by this morning. I was kind of thinking about you and I wanted to say hi. Well, I was kind of thinking about you too, Charmy. Really? You think about me? Sometimes. But we're really busy this week because it's Gala Week, and I've got to get to work on the tuxedos. We still have like 50 orders to make and only 4 days to get them done. I see. Well, are you free for lunch today? I'm not, sadly. I'm working through lunch all week. But Tyler is having a 1-year anniversary party celebrating our arrival here. I'm kind of hoping you'll want to come. Maybe we'll share a dance or two if you do? Yeah, definitely. I'll be there for sure, Cream. Good. Because I have something really important I want to ask you tonight. It's a surprise. Oh boy, a surprise! You're so cute, Jamie. But I really need to get to work now. I'm really excited to hang out with you tonight, though. Yeah, me too. I'll see you tonight, beautiful. Have a nice day, okay? I most certainly will. Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
They share a hug before Charmy leaves the boutique. Meanwhile, Fluttershy's cottage. Tails is in the basement packing up his workshop. Fluttershy walks down the stairs.
Do you need any help? Nah, I'm almost done packing the stuff up, but thanks. I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble with the guns yesterday. Oh no, everything is fine. You got pretty lucky though. I guess it's the perks of being a part of the team that protects Equestria. You get away with some highly illegal stuff. So, how are things going otherwise? Pretty good, I guess. That didn't sound very convincing. I don't know. Things are different with Cosmo. I mean, I love her the same as I did, but... Oh, never mind. I'm going through the same. Having you back here is difficult. It's bringing back all the memories of us. Yeah. Lately, I've been thinking about you. I miss you, and I may have been a little too hasty in my decision breaking up with you. Is it too late to, you know? What? Yeah, it's too late, Tails. I know I said and did awful things to you when I was under Dark Swirl's magic, but that doesn't take away the fact that I was so easily replaced when Cosmo came back. You really hurt me, and I won't be second best to anyone, no matter how much I may still love them. I understand, and I'm so sorry for hurting you, Shy. I love you. I always will. I'm sorry too, Miles, but I've already let you go. I'm sorry.
Fluttershy begins to cry as she rushes upstairs. Hey, Fluttershy, what happened? Why are you...
It's nothing, Vector.
Fluttershy rushes out her front door, crying. Vector goes down to the basement. Hey, Tails! What's your problem? Haven't you hurt that girl enough?
I didn't do anything to her. We were having a conversation and talking about our relationship, and things got a bit emotional. Why don't you mind your own business?
Fair enough, but for a guy who's supposedly in love with Cosmo, I wouldn't think you had any feelings left for the girls whose heart you just broke.
What Fluttershy and I had was something special. It's a shame I realized it too late. I gotta get out of here.
Tails leaves. Meanwhile, Rarity's boutique. Cream eating a salad for lunch. Great work this morning, Cream. We already finished 14 tuxedos for the gala. We may actually pull this off after all.
Yeah, we're doing great. I've always told Rarity she needs to overhaul on hiring. We wouldn't be so overwhelmed during gala season.
She really does. But she was right about you 100%. You're incredibly talented and a natural when it comes to fashion.
Thank you, Mr. Capper.
Oh, please, just call me Capper or Cap. No need for all that formal business.
You know, you're amazing in your own right. The tuxedos this year are incredible and completely blow away last year's styles.
Why, I appreciate that kindly, Cream.
Your style is so unique. I love it, to be honest.
Rarity enters.
Great work today, both of you.
Thanks, Rarity.
Seriously, we're killing it today. I've got most of the Canterlot orders shipped out via Equine X cut around.
You know, my dear, you can relax for 10 minutes and grab a bite to eat with us.
You're right. I can. Don't mind if I do. So, Cream, I saw you kissing and hugging with that adorable little Charmy earlier.
Oh, man, busted! Yeah, he's kind of been my crush since our Mobius days. He's coming by the castle tonight for Twilight's party. He's so cute.
So, you're moving on from Spike then?
Yeah, I am. But I'm not sure Spike has moved on from me yet, and I don't want to hurt Sweetie Belle. She doesn't deserve that.
I can see that being the case. Spike and I had an argument of sorts about that the last time he stopped in.
With Spike, I'm more worried about when he finds out about Charmy. I know how he reacted when he found out about you and Silver, and it wasn't pretty. I do feel bad, though. Because I understand things from his perspective.
And what about you, darling? Do you still have feelings for Spike?
I will always love him, yes. But he's moved on, and now that Charmy's here, I can finally see what potential we've always had. Before coming here, Charmy and I were always really close, like more than friends close, but we never told one another that we liked each other. The stuff you start to figure out when you become a teenager.
Meanwhile, we travel to Chris's home world, the planet Earth. Chris's father, Nelson Thorndike, has spent the last 7 months trying to find the whereabouts of his son, Chris. It was on this day that Nelson had finally found the coordinates to Equestria. Chris, however, went to great lengths to make sure no one would ever find him or attempt to use the machine he created to travel to Equestria. With the power cells being completely depleted, Nelson had but one option to reach his son, Philia. Philia the Hedgehog was part of Project Shadow and is the biological sister of Shadow the Hedgehog. Philia became part of the project, having followed in her brother's footsteps of being a mercenary for hire. One fateful day, Shadow and Philia were met by Dr. Gerald Robotnik and were given a job on planet Earth. Shadow and Philia accepted the job. As it would happen, this would be a trap, and Shadow and Philia would become official property of the United States government. Project Shadow was so successful that the government decided it would keep Shadow and Philia permanently and ordered Dr. Gerald Robotnik to take them out to the space colony Ark, where Shadow and Philia had their memories erased from their minds. However, the government didn't realize that Shadow and Philia had special powers given the bloodline in which they came from on Mobius, and would eventually remember they were siblings. Shadow and Philia would continue their work for the United States government until one day the government decided it was time to end Project Shadow for good. The government would storm the space colony Ark and violently attacked. During the raid, Philia was sent to Earth in an escape pod, while Shadow attempted to help his dear friend Maria and Dr. Gerald Robotnik. In the end, Shadow watched in horror as Maria was shot down and killed by the military battalion. Maria, however, convinced Shadow to enter an escape pod before she was killed. Maria's final act was sending Shadow down to Earth in the escape pod he was in. Eventually, the government would catch both Philia and Shadow and place them in preservation tanks. Rather than destroy the hedgehogs, the government decided to keep them separated. 50 years later, Sonic and his friends, along with Dr. Eggman, wound up on planet Earth due to Sonic's use of chaos control during a fight with Eggman on Mobius. Dr. Eggman would hack the government's files and learned of Project Shadow. Dr. Eggman would free Shadow from his preservation chamber on Prison Island and told him he was the grandson of the late Dr. Gerald Robotnik. When Shadow inquired of his sister Philia, Eggman would reply by saying she was dead. Enraged by this news, Shadow decided to serve Dr. Eggman and attempted to play into Earth's demise. As the battle between Sonic and Shadow raged on, eventually the road would lead back to the space colony Ark, where the startling truth would finally be unveiled of what happened. However, once this information was unlocked, Dr. Gerald Robotnik's revenge plot against the Earth was also unleashed. The space colony Ark was fully loaded with bombs, and Dr. Gerald Robotnik created a genetically engineered monster that took over the colony and sent it hurling towards Earth. The impact would leave the Earth destroyed. However, thanks to Chris Thorndike, he was able to convince Shadow that Earth was worth saving. Chris reminded Shadow of Maria, and as a result, Shadow agreed to team up with Sonic in an attempt to save the Earth. The attempt would be a success, as Sonic and Shadow used the Chaos Emeralds to transform into their super forms to destroy the monster aboard the space colony Ark. During the battle, it was believed that Shadow had sacrificed himself, but it was Shadow's use of chaos control that led him to be transported back to Mobius. Not long after that, the government had issued Philia to be set free from her preservation chamber. It was during this time when Philia would meet Sonic and his friends. For reasons unknown, Philia felt close to Sonic, and the two immediately became close friends. Philia would spend the next 8 months living at the Thorndike's mansion, along with the Mobians, until the day came when Sonic and his friends had to return to Mobius to prevent a permanent rip in the space-time continuum, and from Earth merging with Mobius due to Sonic's use of chaos control on Mobius. Philia, having traveled to Earth by natural means, could not go to Mobius and continued to stay with the Thorndikes. Philia would become close friends with Chris, and eventually agreed to start working for Nelson Thorndike at Thorndike Industries. Aside from having extraordinary powers like Shadow, Philia was also incredibly intelligent and had the powers of shape-shifting. Philia would work at Thorndike Industries in her human form and would eventually fall in love with a coworker named Bonnet. Bonnet worked as a data interpreter at Thorndike Industries and was on Chris's personal team. Chris and Bonnet would develop a brief but passionate relationship with one another. However, Chris's insane work schedule made it impossible for the two to continue a relationship. Eventually, Philia and Bonnet began dating, and Bonnet would quit Thorndike Industries to pursue a career in rescuing animals and becoming a traveling veterinarian. Eventually, Philia would also quit Thorndike Industries. However, Philia and Bonnet are still in love to this day. The planet Earth, Station City, 6 p.m. Philia and Bonnet's apartment.
Bonnet, honey, seriously, I'm sure you're as fucking beautiful as always. Could you please hurry up so we can go out to eat? I am literally fucking starving. Please, hurry.
Hold up, Fields. I'll be like 5 more minutes.
Jeez. Ugh. Now who the hell is here? Go away. Bonnet and I are going up for dinner. Whatever this is, it better be good.
It's me, Nelson Thorndyke. Phelia quickly opens the door.
Oh, snap. Ugh. Oh, wow, Nelson, what an unexpected surprise. Alright, let's be 100% honest. Who the fuck died?
I see your sense of humor is as on point as always. It's nice to see you're going with your true hedgehog form these days.
Well, no shit. Yeah, I only shapeshift into my human form when it's necessary. Come on, you know damn well it takes a great deal of power to do it.
Well, I know you and Bonnet are going out for dinner, so I'll be quick and to the point. I have a business proposition for you, if you're interested.
Okay, you have my attention. Come on in.
Phelia directs Nelson into the apartment.
And oh so luckily for you, Bonnet takes forever to get ready. So we have a few minutes to chit-chat, talk, you know, the good old banter, all that good stuff.
Wow, you've done quite well for yourself, Phelia. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Nelson, but if you're going to ask me to return to Thorndyke Industries, then get out.
No, it's nothing like that. I know much like my son Chris, the job was too demanding for you. However, the offer I have for you does pertain to my son Chris. Bonnet exits the bathroom.
Okay, feels I'm ready to go. Mr. Thorndyke, what a pleasant surprise.
Yes, it is. It's nice to see you and Phelia doing well. I know you two are going out, so I'll be quick. I've found Chris, Phelia.
¿Qué pasa? What?
Shortly after my son's disappearance, we had found a machine down in our mansion's underground laboratory. That machine was identical to the one that my father created to send Sonic and his friends back home to repair the rip in the space-time continuum. As you know, Phelia, we destroyed my father's machine immediately after its use. Chris must have found the original blueprints and the notes for that machine, and then created an exact replica.
Ese chico es demasiado inteligente. Wait, are you saying that Chris tapped into the Chaos Emerald's power source and traveled to Mobius?
That's what I assumed until I did some further digging at Chris's office at Thorndyke Industries. We broke into his safe and found these. Those are his notes, and according to them, he went to an entirely different world altogether. The coordinates in those notes don't match up with the coordinates for Mobius.
Maldito idiota! And how the hell do you even know that the little shit went to this world, Nelson?
Chris was very meticulous in his planning. He sent a letter to the mansion about a week after his disappearance, stating why he left and that he didn't want us to find him. That's when I was prompted to check our secret lab and found his machine. Phelia, he was so meticulous in his planning that he wiped the hard drive clean and purposefully damaged the power cells on it so we couldn't use it. If I hadn't found his notes, I wouldn't even know where to find him.
Okay, I get it now. You need my powers to power up the machine so I can open up a portal to the world that those damn coordinates belong to. Am I correct?
Affirmative. And it'll be your job to enter that portal and find him.
Wait. My fucking job?
Yeah, that's quite a lofty demand there, Mr. Thorndyke.
He's your son, Nelson. Why don't you go after him if he matters that fucking much?
I have a corporation to run, Phelia, and I'll pay you substantially if you were to find him.
I mean, Chris is my friend and all. All right. How much damn money are we talking here, Nelson?
$2 billion.
Oh! Holy fuck, $2 billion. Oh my god, that's a lot. Holy monkeys.
Wow, that's a lot of money, Phelia.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, a lot of money. That's fucking great and all. But, we don't even know if Chris is alive.
Chris is no fool, Phelia. He would not haphazardly travel to some planet if it couldn't support life.
He kinda got you on that one, Feels. Well, me personally, I think we should do it. We should go. This is so exciting!
Whoa. We? Yeah, no fucking way you're going with me, Bonnet.
Yeah, I miss the shit out of you, but this place could be dangerous. Like, ooh, spooky. You're not going.
Well, I'm not letting you go without me. I'm a vet, and your personal doctor, and your lover, your girlfriend. Face it, you may need me if something were to happen to you. Please don't make me get feisty over this. Please.
Alright. Fine. You make a valid point about the medical benefits of it. Gee, why do you always gotta be so smart?
Yay! So, does this mean I'm going with you?
Ugh, yeah, it does. We have a deal, Nelson. Bud and I will go and bring Chris home. And when does this little mission start?
Right now, actually.
Absolutely fucking not, bro. Bud and I had dinner plans, and I'm starving. So we're not going anywhere until we've eaten.
My apologies for that, but we can stop and get fast food on the way to my mansion. You and Bonnet will have plenty of time and money to wine and dine after you've brought Chris home to Earth.
I agree with Mr. Thorndike. Honestly, right now, even though I'm a vegetarian, a greasy, disgusting fast food burger is fine with me. I'm so excited, and this is going to be an amazing adventure, and the quicker we get there and save Chris, the quicker we come home and be filthy rich.
Bonnet, I love you, but I seriously worry about you sometimes. Probably my fault. Anyways, alright, let's get this over with so Bonnet and I can start living the good life.
Meanwhile, Infinite stops flying for a break. He looks at his reflection in the waters of a lake before drinking. He begins having a flashback. Infinite is having a flashback about the day he met Eggman.
Jackal Squad, move in for the kill. Raid the base. All of that Eggman technology is sure to fetch a hefty bounty.
No doubt we'll be eating good for a while with all that tech.
Uno, you, Do, and Sync take the blue team and flank the base from the rear. My team will draw their fire and their bots to the front. With any luck, we should draw most of Eggman's forces, giving your team the chance to sneak in and start stealing that tech from Eggman.
And are we killing Eggman?
If the opportunity should present itself. I don't see why not. We can do the citizens of Mobius a solid for once.
Infinite watches his girlfriend Twa get killed.
Eggman! I'm gonna rip you apart! Let's not be too hasty, Jackal.
Infinite takes a swing at Eggman with his sword. Eggman dodges it as Infinite's sword strikes the Phantom Ruby.
He struck my ruby! What the? That ruby gave me a vision. It was a vision of the future, and we were working together. I like the sound of that. Let's make a deal, shall we? That ruby has a great power that lies within it. We've been running tests on it to see what the depths of its power is. Once my data is complete, that ruby will be yours. On what conditions? Come and see for yourself, Jackal.
Infinite watching the slaughter of his squad on the lower level.
I'll spare the rest of them if you and your squad of mercenaries agree to serve me. In return, you will yield the Phantom Ruby and all of its powerful equine magic that it holds. No, Infinite! Silence, Uno. We're getting torn apart out there. We are no match for Eggman's technology. We are mercenaries, and we were just offered a way out and offered something so much bigger. You see, I struck that ruby with my sword, Uno, and Eggman isn't bluffing when he said there's a greater power flowing through it. I could feel it, surging through me, coursing through my veins. I want it. I need it. But we work for no one without a price. Especially not Eggman. The Phantom Ruby and Eggman offering us a job for him is the price, Uno. That ruby gave me a vision of us serving him at his side. As he takes over the planet, we rule over this world together with Dr. Eggman. We have a deal, Dr. Robotnik. Me and my squad offer our allegiance to you. And a wise decision you have made, Jackal. Boku, Deku, call off the bots. We have made a deal with Infinite's squad. Infinite's flashback is over. I promise to all of you, your debts will not be in vain. Meanwhile, Northern Equestria, Eggman's base. Eggman holding a meeting with his team inside a conference room.
Where's Infinite, Doctor?
Infinite is no longer part of our team. He left early this morning.
But Doctor,
The Jackal has made his choice, and we are moving on with our plans on schedule. How many of the Badnik escape pods were jettisoned from the destroyer before it blew up?
all of them, Doctor. And Titan was also successfully released as well.
That's excellent news, Boku. That will be more than enough bots to take control of the Crystal Empire.
How are we going to infiltrate the Crystal Empire when it's being protected by the Crystal Heart?
That's what the bots are for. Robots don't have any emotions. They act on their programming, so the Crystal Heart's magic will have no impact on them at all. They should have no problem with their invasion.
Any news on Zavok?
Zavok is dead. Infinite confirmed it when he went out to outer space and found pieces of him floating amongst the debris of the Egg Destroyer. Metal has also been destroyed. My guess is he tracked down Sonic after they fled my ship.
I should be able to get an exact location of Metal Sonic as long as his microchip wasn't destroyed.
With what computer, Boku?
With our laptops, of course. We grabbed a couple on our way to the escape pods. Yeah, we always think ahead, Dr. Eggman.
You know, you two have impressed me with everything you've done over the past year. You two work hard, and I appreciate it.
And we also managed to save these. Boku gives Dr. Eggman the 2 prototype Phantom Rubies.
Excellent work! These will definitely come in handy once Titan is completed. Once that happens, we'll move forward with our invasion. I will be going out to retrieve the scraps of Metal Sonic. With any luck, most of him can be salvaged and used for Cyber Sonic.
What are we going to do about Infinite?
As far as I'm concerned, he's as much of an enemy as Sonic is. We'll deal with him when the time is right.
I'm gonna go try to find him, Doctor. Maybe I could talk some sense into him and convince him to return.
Don't waste your time, Bokoon. I'm done dealing with that unstable jackal. You need to focus. We have more important things to worry about. I need to know if I can trust you, Bokoon.
I'm Eggman Empire, Doctor.
Good. You know, I may have some use for you yet, Bokoon. I like your idea for finding Infinite. I want you to find him and take that Phantom Ruby off of him and bring it back to me. Are we clear?
Yes, Dr. Eggman, you can count on me.
Go, now, before he gets too far ahead. He went west when he left this morning. You have 1 week to retrieve the Phantom Ruby from him, Bokoon. I know Infinite is your buddy. Hopefully you'll use that to your advantage. I hope you make the correct decision as to whose side you're on. Now get out of my sight, you traitor!
Yes, sir.
Bokoon quickly leaves. Now, as far as you two, you either serve me or it's the scrap heap for you.
I'm with you, Dr. Eggman. Yeah, you're our creator. Screw that mutt, Infinite.
I knew I programmed you well. It's a good thing, too, because I already have your replacements ready to go.
No, not them, Doctor. Not Orbot and Cubot.
Ponyville, Sugar Cube Corner.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Pinkie Pie comes bouncing out to her and gives her a hug. How have you been, Pinktastic?
I've been better-ish.
Yeah, I heard about what happened between you and Manic.
Yeah, I messed up real bad. Well, we can talk about it in a minute. Do you want your usual latte?
Yeah, thanks, hon.
Grab a seat and I'll be back in a minute. Da-da-da-da.
Fluttershy enters.
Pinky, we need to talk. You won't believe what just happened. Grab a seat with Rouge, and I'll be back.
Pinkie Pie walks back to make Rouge's latte. Hi, Shy. Fluttershy hugs Rouge.
It's wonderful to see you again, Rouge. I'm assuming you're on leave for the gala.
Yep, I'll be here for the next 2 weeks. So, how have things been going for you?
Well, Tails and I broke up. It's a long story, but Cosmo came back to life and he broke up with me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sugar.
Unfortunately, there's more to the story and what led to our breakup. In fact, Tails is the reason I'm here. He said something that has me in a tizzy, as they say, and I need to talk to Pinky about it. And what about you? How are things going with Thunderlane?
Well, Rouge smiling brightly as she shows Fluttershy her left ring finger. We're engaged.
Oh my, Rouge! I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I know. I was just as shocked when I said yes. But then again, I've never been so lucky. Of all the beautiful treasures I have stolen over the years, Thunderlane was the one that was given to me. Please don't tell Sparkles. I want to tell her myself.
My lips are sealed. Speaking of Twilight, are you going to her party tonight? Today is the 1-year anniversary of when you guys arrived here, so Twilight's having a celebration.
Has it been a year already? Well, I'll have to get my stallion to come with me then. Pinkie Pie returns with Rouge's latte.
La 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 la. Here's your latte, Rouge. Can I get you anything, Fluttershy? I'll get something on my way out, Pinky. You won't believe what just happened. Tails was at my cottage this morning cleaning out all of his projects from my basement. I went down to help him out, and he told me he had made a mistake when he broke up with me. Oh, no. You better not be considering taking him back after he threw you away like trash. Well, and I told him that. Maybe not in those exact words, but I told him I'm not second best to any pony. And, then, there's, Vector.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Are we talking about Chaotix, Vector?
Yes, we are. Hey, what's so funny?
Nothing. Vector is a cool guy. Definitely on the sweet romantic side. But he's a bit of a nut, though.
And Shy thinks he's hot. Shut up, Pinky. I mean, okay, he is hot. But I really don't want to rush into another relationship. Especially since I don't know where my heart stands with Tails.
Fluttershy, Sugar. Any guy who throws an amazing pony, such as yourself, away doesn't deserve a second chance. And besides, Vector is quite the lover. I would know.
Sprinkles on a cupcake, Rouge! You and Vector?
But of course, we were at a friendly gathering, and we'll leave it at that. When did Chaotix get here, anyway?
They crash-landed here during the battle with Dark Swirl. They met up with Manic and Chris in Manhattan and got a ride to Ponyville from Chris in the X-Tornado. Yep! And now Flutters has all three of them staying at her cottage.
Wow, Fluttershy. I didn't think you were that kind of girl. I bet your cottage is a madhouse.
They are a little bit on the silly side, but they are really sweet and very helpful. And then there's Vector. Yeah, Vector.
Yep, she's down bad. So, what happened with you and Manic?
If I'm being honest, I really don't want to talk about it. It's all my fault and it's too painful and I really just want to move on.
Pinky bursts into tears and rushes off into her apartment. Should we go check on her?
No, she won't exactly answer her door even if we did.
What exactly happened?
Did you hear about what happened to us with the evil magic and stuff?
Twilight was vague, but she did mention it in her last letter.
Well, myself, the girls, and Sonic all fell under an evil spell that was placed on the elements of harmony by Dark Swirl. We attacked Ponyville and her friends. Pinky and I, however, attacked Tails and Manic. I won't get into the details, but the attacks are what led to both of our breakups. That's kind of the reason why I feel like I should give Tails a second chance. But then again, he hurt me too, and there's Vector.
You really like Vector, huh?
I really do. He's cute, really funny, and is a complete gentleman and sweetheart. But I'm not ready. Nor am I sure if things are truly over with Tails.
Well, at least you have options. Pinktastic was left alone. Manic has been through much worse in his life. Why didn't he stay with her?
Manic was traumatized and heartbroken after what Pinky did to him. He moved to Manhattan and is about to start a 4-month global tour with his band.
Well, I better head out of here. I'm gonna stop and see my girl Sparkles. Will I see you at the party tonight?
Yes, I'll be there.
Infinite flying. As he's flying, he's experiencing yet another flashback. Infinite! Get your squad over to the Mystic Temple ruins! Our base is under attack by Shadow the Hedgehog! Use extreme caution! He's one hedgehog. How dangerous can he be? Don't underestimate him. He's a traitor that once worked for me and is known as the ultimate life form. Ultimate life form. What a grandiose, over-the-top suffix. The Phantom Ruby, please. I'll show this hedgehog who the true ultimate life form is. Infinite, I can't give you the Phantom Ruby yet. The test of its powers is still incomplete, and you still haven't mastered its powers fully yet. Clearly, Shadow is after it as well, and I cannot allow the Phantom Ruby to fall into his possession. Really? I've been a jackal of my word, which is rare for me. When am I going to receive the power that was promised me? When you've proven to me that you've earned it, jackal. So far you haven't been able to use it properly, and you and your squad have had it easy. If you can defeat Shadow, then the ruby will be yours. This was not part of the deal. After this fight concludes, win or lose, I'm taking the Phantom Ruby. If you have the power to kill Shadow, then and only then will you have the power to yield the Phantom Ruby. This is the final test. I should warn you, though, there will be casualties. I'll send my squad and do my job, but when this is over, I will collect what's rightfully mine. What do you mean he's right?
He's too strong. Besides, what's in it for us helping that Eggman? I say we surrender and quit.
Silence! Do you have no pride? Let's finish him and take the reward. But, boss, there's nothing to discuss. There's 20 of us and one of him. Take Shadow down now! Jackal Squad, come in! No reply. They really are gone, huh? Doctor, are you still there? You failed, Infinite! Retreat now and evacuate! We can't allow Shadow to gain control of the Phantom Ruby! No, feel free to evacuate if you want to, but I'm taking Shadow down myself. He's going to pay for what he's done to my squad! So you're Shadow the Hedgehog. Did you really think you and your pack of dogs could defeat me? Look at what your loyalty to Eggman has gotten me. Not surprised at all he'd leave you for dead. You're useless and a pathetic excuse for a warrior. Useless and pathetic about sums up your entire squad, Infinite. Justice has been served to you and your murderous squad. And your punishment as their leader is you get to spend the rest of your life reliving this failure. Shadow flies off. Infinite's flashback ends.
You're gonna pay, Shadow!
the hell was that?
It was infinite, Shadow. There was an unbelievable surge of alicorn power right before that explosion.
How was this the same guy I obliterated just a few years ago? Damn it! I wish I would have gotten my hands on that Phantom Ruby!
That should have gotten their attention. There is nothing more gratifying to me than destruction. Soon, Shadow, you'll come to regret allowing me to live.
Shadow, I'm scared. I didn't sense him until a few seconds before that explosion.
I know, Twilight. I can't explain it, but I sensed the surge in alicorn magic too.
What? But that's impossible, unless...
Well, maybe the powers you and the princesses in Discord gave me awakened a new ability for me. This was the first time I've been able to sense a fluctuation in alicorn magic.
Oh, I just hope no pony was hurt.
I'm sure Princess Celestia and Discord felt that as well.
Shadow, you got a copy?
Yeah, I already know, Sonic.
This Phantom Ruby is a major problem, Shads. I know that explosion was huge, and we're several hundred miles away, but the surge of alicorn power behind it was...
I know, Sonic! I told you I felt it!
But how, though?
I don't know. Maybe the borrowed alicorn powers that were given to me awakened something inside of me, or has given me the ability to sense alicorn magic.
I swear, if I still wasn't injured from my fight with Aeon, I'd be heading towards Infinite right now. Any idea on what you think caused him to attack like this?
Not a clue, Sonic. Look, we could talk about all this stuff later during the party. I have my own revelations I need to discuss about Infinite anyways.
Alright, we'll talk later then. We'll see you guys tonight.
Rouge is walking down the path to Twilight's castle. Rouge flies up to Twilight's balcony. My bestie, I'm so happy to see you. Sparkles, I've missed you, girl, and I've got a lot to tell you. That baby bump you got going on is adorable. Shadow hugs Rouge.
It's always great to see you. You look incredible, Rouge.
Thanks. Yeah, Thunderlane has me in the best shape of my life. So, how have things been going? Things have been turbulent, to say the least, as of late. It's almost like we can't catch a break with being attacked. Yeah, I heard and saw that explosion. It seemed to be a ways away, but still. Do you know who's behind it?
He's a Mobian jackal. Goes by the name of Infinite.
Ah, yes, I've heard of him. The leader of the infamous Jackal mercenary squad. I heard that he was bad news, but Jackal shouldn't be capable of that kind of power.
Believe me, he's not. I fought with him on Mobius, and he wasn't much of a challenge.
Wait, you fought Infinite on Mobius?
Yes. I didn't recognize him at first because of the mask he wears now. I'll explain later when Sonic and Silver are here. He's yielding this magical ruby known as the Phantom Ruby, which is giving him his current powers. God damn it! I should have ended him on Mobius, but I took pity on him and let him live.
Well, he's got himself one hell of a power-up.
I wish it ended there, but it doesn't. Infinite is working for Dr. Eggman.
I see. That explains the explosion in outer space last night. Yeah, Twilight, the times of peace have officially ended. I really was hoping Eggface was going to turn over a new leaf once he arrived here, considering we were together against the Metarex.
The Metarex were a different kind of scum. They were a threat to us all, which is why Eggman worked with us in attempting to take them down. Holy crap! What the hell is that on your finger, Rouge?
Oh, this? It's nothing but a little old engagement ring.
Engagement ring?
Why, are you jealous? That was the big news that I wanted to tell you guys tonight. Thunderlane and I are getting married. Oh my gosh, Rouge! I'm so happy for you! Thank you, hon. I wanted to wait until Thunderlane was with me tonight before I told you, but I guess this works fine. So, you're coming to the party tonight? Of course. I wouldn't miss it for anything. Pinkie Pie told me about it this morning. I wasn't sure if you were going to be available, otherwise I would have sent you a formal invite. Trust me, I didn't know I was going to be on leave from the Wonderbolts until this week. Anyway, I better head back to the hotel and meet up with Thunder Lane and let him know what's going on for tonight. I'll see you two later then. Rue shares hugs with both Twilight and Shadow, then flies off. Meanwhile, Nightshade and Hunter's house.
Okay, here it goes.
Hunter answers.
Oh, hey, Sonia. Come on in.
Sonia enters.
So, what brings you by?
I came by to check on you.
I'm still weakened due to the Chaos Emeralds being depleted of their powers. But hey, feeling a bit better overall.
Well, that's good to hear. You look better and more energetic today, too. Hey, and another reason for stopping by. I was wondering if you would be interested in coming to Twilight's Castle tonight for a friendly gathering. It's nothing formal, of course, but it's in honor of the 1-year anniversary of Sonic and his friends being here in Equestria.
Oh, really now? Sure. Sounds like a great time. I'll be there for sure.
Great, awesome. Now I'll have someone there and I won't feel awkward around. Oh, and Jackass is free to come as well. You know I can hear you, Sonia. That was the point, Jackass. Nightshade enters in from another room. Why did you come here to ruin this wonderful day?
Oh, didn't you hear? She invited us to a party at Twilight's Castle tonight, Senpai. I'm going. You should too.
It's the occasion. We survived, Aeon. No, it's a celebration honoring the 1-year anniversary arrival of Sonic and his friends. Ah, yes, let's celebrate all the rats who have been here a year. You know, Nightshade, has anyone ever told you you're a racist? And you're annoying. And I'm not a racist. I'm friends and roommates with Hunter, aren't I? The problem I have with all of you is trust. And without that, how can we be friends? I'm trying, Nightshade. And what about Twilight and Shadow? They seem to like you.
Yeah, and I may have been created by the Master Emerald, but I'm still technically a Mobian Hedgehog, so you'd be honoring me, Senpai.
Alright, fine. I'll mingle with you Mobians. Are you happy now?
Well, you know, tickled, Senpai. Thanks. It does mean something to me.
And what about you? What? Alright, fine. It'll be nice seeing you there too, Jackass. At least you understand me. I'll see you boys tonight then.
Bye,
Bye.
Sonia.
Mwah.
Yeah?
Bye, Hunter.
What?
Sonia gives a flirty smile as she leaves.
I'm sorry. What? Why are you laughing?
Oh, nothing. You're in pretty deep there, Hunter. Nightshade laughs as he walks away.
Meanwhile, the province of Europony, Fidget Castle.
Prince William's chamber. Starlight and Prince William getting ready for bed.
Alright, we need to talk about the Grand Gala. We're not attending it. I'm sorry.
What? No, Will, we are attending the gala. You know how much that means to me.
Starlight, it's not safe being around them at the moment. I was nearly killed the other day by Aeon, and there's yet another threat they face by some magic-wielding jackal from Mobius. I just heard word from one of my informants at Kokago was attacked and partly destroyed by him. I'm sorry, Starlight, but our lives matter too much in Europony for us to risk them by going to the gala.
And I'm going alone, without you. The Mobians are my friends, and I'm going to be there to honor them.
Starlight, I'm sorry, but I forbid you to go for your safety.
You don't own me, Will. So you can shove your demands up your flank. What happened to you? Ever since you became ruler of me, you've become this emotionally void dictator. And believe me, I know something about being one of those. It doesn't make for healthy relationships.
Why do you care so much about them? I don't understand it. They sent you off to the past with Shadow to stop Aeon, and you were almost killed. I almost died simply by going over there to warn them about Aeon coming back, and they wound up using me for my powers to make Nightshade the god of power.
Is that what this is about? Jealousy over Nightshade becoming the god of power?
They used me, Starlight!
Yes! And without you, Aeon would have won! You know what? I'm done with this. When the stallion I fell in love with returns, you know where to find me.
Starlight, where are you going?
I'm going to Haychester and catching the next flight to Manhattan. I'm going to the gala without you, Will. If I mean anything to you, you'll show up. I meant what I said. I can't take this lifestyle anymore. Starlight storms out. Meanwhile, the planet Earth, Station City. Inside of Nelson's limo.
Okay, are you sure we should do this, Bonnet? I mean, technically, something could go seriously fucking wrong, but stop worrying so much. I have to worry. Your safety means everything to me. Look, I know I agreed to let you come along, but I really, really, really feel better if you just stayed the fuck home.
Nice try, Fields, but I'm still coming. I'd rather us be together than alone, and $2 billion is a lot of money. So yeah. Oh, we need to do this.
Okay, but I still have some questions, Nelson. Like, for starters, how the fucking fuck are we getting back to Earth?
With the Chaos Emeralds, of course. Chris traveled to a planet called Equestria. In his letter, he detailed how he found Sonic and wanted to reunite with him. In order to do this, his machine had to be able to create chaos energy. By doing so, Chris was able to trigger an interdimensional portal to open to Equestria when his artificial chaos energy synced up with the Chaos Emerald's chaos energy.
Holy fucking shit. So, are you trying to tell me, and are you saying that my boy, my bestest buddy in the entire world, Sonic, is gonna be there?
Oh my. The Sonic?
Yep, my bestie, my best bitch.
Well, Sonic should ideally be there, considering he's the reason Chris went to this Equestria in the first place.
Yeah, and I'm sure being an overworked nerd didn't have anything to do with him wanting to leave. You know, kind of think of it, Nelson. I can't really force Chris to come home.
I'm paying you $2 billion. You'll find a way to convince him. Knock him out if you have to.
That's your son. Sheesh.
I mean, I fucking love Chris and all as a friend, Bonnet, but if I have to, I will KO his ass for a good $2 billion. I won't hesitate.
This is wrong, Fields. Chris left because he hates Thorndike Industries. I know from experience working the lab there how bad that place sucks.
If Chris doesn't like it, he can leave again. All I care about is bringing him home and collecting that money. Lots and lots of money. You know, Bonnet, if you can't handle it, then I suggest you stay home.
Ha! Nice try, but I'm not letting you harm Chris.
Still love him, huh?
What? No. I mean, I'll always care about him, yeah. Besides, I love you, Fields. What I had with Chris was nothing more than a fling.
Okay, I trust you, and, I love you too. So, oi, Nelson, tell us more about this planet Equestria.
It's very similar to Earth in all phases. The only difference there is that the gravity is heavier on Equestria. It should take about a week or so for Bonnet to adapt, but you should be fine, Felia.
I don't like the sound of that, Mr. Thorndike.
You'll be fine, Bonnet. You'll feel slightly heavier until you adapt, but it's nothing that you can't handle.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Meanwhile, Infinite is unmasked, eating a rabbit out in an open field. Bokun flies down to greet him. What the? How did you find me? I'm a demon. I can find anyone, boss. Well then,
What do you want? If you came here to convince me to return to Eggman, then you're wasting both our time.
No, I left Eggman too. You're a cool guy, Infinite, and I want to serve you.
He kicked you out, didn't he?
Technically, no, but he told me I have 7 days to retrieve the Phantom Ruby from you, and if I fail, then I'm officially kicked out. What's so funny?
So you were going to betray me then?
No, I swear, I'm loyal to you, boss. Why else would I tell you about Eggman's ultimatum? Please, Infinite, I want to serve as your minion.
Infinite puts his mask back on.
You're lucky I like you, Bo-kun. You have served me well in the past, and you've earned my trust. However, if you decide to betray me, I'll send you back to Eggman in pieces. Are we clear?
I won't. I swear I'm loyal. So what's the plan, boss?
We're off to Canterlot. My little explosion of rage earlier worked to my advantage, as the two strong powers there have gone to that city I destroyed. This gives me the opportunity to start building my regime.
But in Canterlot, though?
Yes, Canterlot is the perfect place to find allies who want revenge on the heroes of this world. Unlike Eggman, I read the reports you, Boku, and Deku collected. Princess Celestia has plenty of statues in her garden that would make excellent generals to my army. Think you can keep up, Bokun?
Oh, please. I tracked you down pretty quickly, didn't I?
Very well. We're off to Canterlot, then.
Infinite and Bo-kun fly off together towards Canterlot. Meanwhile, Twilight's Castle, 7 p.m. Everyone begins arriving for the anniversary party. Please try to relax, Twilight. This is a party, and our guests are starting to arrive.
I'm not sure I can relax, Shadow. I'm still upset at Rainbow Dash for what she did, and it's hard to be calm after sensing what Infinite did using the Phantom Ruby. I know you're as equally concerned over it as I am.
I am, but I'm more upset over the fact I let him live when I should have killed him on Mobius. Not sure why, but I've become a believer in second chances ever since I met Sonic. In any case, Twilight, you need to let the Rainbow Dash incident stealing your potion go. Her and Silver managed to save Sonic, and they destroyed Eggman's ship in the process.
I suppose you're right, but you know more than anyone how I feel when my trust gets broken.
Ah, yes, the infamous Dom Ponion incident. I'd like to think that incident helped us to get where we are today, my love.
Yes, it certainly played a part.
Sonic, Rainbow Dash, Silver, and Blaze enter the castle. They walk over to Twilight and Shadow. Hey, guys.
I'm sorry, Twilight. It's alright. I forgive you, Rainbow Dash. I understand why you did what you did, but please, don't ever steal from me again. I didn't steal the potion, Twilight. Spike overheard our conversation yesterday and offered to help me.
Wait, Spike gave you that potion? You forgave her already, Twilight. Let it go. We have more important things to discuss at the moment. Yeah, Infinite. We have to stop him. That surge of alicorn power he used earlier was alarming, to say the least.
Yes, while his use of the Phantom Ruby may be worrisome, his actual power should be of no concern. I fought with him on Eggman's ship while Rainbow Dash and I were rescuing Sonic. He wasn't that powerful, and I was able to hold my own against him. Even when he was using the Phantom Ruby against me, I was able to fight off his attacks. He couldn't handle the powers of it under the pressure of a battle.
Well, that's good to know.
Even still, Shadow, the destructive nature of his attack earlier cannot be ignored. It showed the true potential he has with the Phantom Ruby.
Well, it's like Silver said. If he's pressured in battle, he won't have time to concentrate the magic into a formidable attack. There's something I need to tell you guys. I fought and defeated Infinite on Mobius, but I chose to show mercy and allowed him to live. During that battle, he did not have the Phantom Ruby, nor did he wear the mask he currently does, which is why I didn't recognize him right away when he showed up here. You showing mercy to an enemy. Didn't you wipe out the rest of his squad? Yes? Then what made you want to spare him? I don't know. It's partially your damn influence, Sonic. How many times have you allowed Eggman to live? Fair point.
Okay, so what's the plan for dealing with Infinite currently? We can't allow him to keep blowing up cities whenever he sees it fit. And only those who have Alicorn powers can sense his use of the Phantom Ruby.
Silver makes an accurate point, which begs the question of how you sensed Infinite's attack earlier, Shadow. I can't explain it, Sonic. It's almost as if the borrowed Alicorn magic that was given to me awakened a dormant ability inside me. But that's impossible. You're not an Alicorn. I don't know. For some reason, that feeling of it being familiar is there. It's like I forgot it was there all along. Maybe it always was. And it goes along with the amnesia I suffered after Eggman awakened me from my preservation chamber.
Okay, but that still doesn't answer the question of how we get ahead of Infinite now. With none of us being able to sense where he is until he attacks, it makes him incredibly dangerous. Well, according to Princess Celestia, Infinite's attack earlier was in the city of Colcago. As quickly as the Phantom Ruby's power was felt, it equally disappeared as fast, making it nearly impossible for us to track him or to get to him on time. The other thing I should mention that was alarming was the sheer magnitude of Alicorn power that was released in that attack. Is there any way at all you guys can sense him before he attacks?
No, Silver. You were there with me when I sensed a surge of power, and then we felt the explosion. By the time I could sense it, the powers being exerted were gone. Having first-hand experience feeling dark magic myself, I can also conclude that his attack earlier was completely rage-induced.
I will agree with that statement, Sonic. We know that the Phantom Ruby is made up of Dark Swirl and Soletta's magic. I wonder if it has the same effect on Infinite as it did on you guys when you were corrupted by the elements of nightmares.
Where are you going with this, Twilight?
Dark Swirl's magic corrupted the elements of harmony, and it filled Sonic and the girls with evil thoughts. Maybe the Phantom Ruby is doing the same thing with Infinite.
That does make sense if you think about it, Shadow. For the most part, Infinite was a do evil deeds for money type up until today. I had a conversation with him on Eggman's ship, and he doesn't seem completely evil.
In any case, I say we wait to hear news from Princess Celestia before we act on anything. And besides, we don't have any leads as to where he is currently. As always, I'm hoping for a peaceful resolution with him.
I wouldn't count on that, Your Highness. He may not be evil, but he certainly has ambitions of taking over Equestria. Let him try. He'll fail just like the rest of them.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. In the meantime, why don't you three go and see Cosmo? She can heal you guys with her powers. It looks like everyone is here now. Well, except for Pinkie Pie. It's about time I officially get this party started.
Twilight walks to the center of the room and grabs a microphone.
Good evening and welcome, friends. Today is a very special day for all of us. It was on this fateful day 1 year ago when all of our lives were forever changed by the destruction of the planet Mobius. While the event itself was tragic, something truly wonderful happened as a result. By the powers of the Master Emerald, the survivors of Mobius have now found a new home here in Equestria. Over this past year, our friends from Mobius have played a pivotal role in defending Equestria. In addition, everlasting friendships, bonds, and romances have been formed, and I am deeply honored to have been part of it. You have all blessed our lives more than my words can describe, and I am eternally grateful that fate brought you to Equestria. So here's to all of our friends from Mobius. Happy 1 year anniversary, guys, and hopefully many, many more.
Fluttershy talking with Vector, Amy, and Chris.
So, did Pinkie Pie say anything about coming by tonight, Amy?
No, she never came back to work after she got upset.
She's really taking her breakup with Manic hard, isn't she? I'm seriously beginning to worry about her. I've never seen her like this.
She'll be fine in time, Fluttershy.
I went through this when Sonic and I broke up. She needs time to deal with all her emotions.
Yeah, I mean, you're still going through it yourself, Fluttershy, with Tails. You were pretty upset when you left this morning.
It's different between Tails and I, Vector. There's still feelings there for both of us. And it came out this morning when Tails and I were talking. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but since it did, I've been questioning of whether or not Tails and I are really finished.
Oh, I see. I thought he hurt you again this morning. I didn't realize the conversation between you two was a potential reconciliation.
It wasn't. It was just an overload of emotions that I wasn't expecting. That's why I told you, Vector. I'm not ready for another relationship just yet.
Wow. Tails is actually questioning his relationship with Cosmo? I didn't think that was possible.
Speaking of Tails, he's walking over here.
Hey guys! Fluttershy, you think maybe we could go talk in private out on the terrace? Cosmo is healing Rainbow Dash, Sonic, and Silver at the moment, and I want to finish the conversation we were having earlier. Sure.
Fluttershy and Tails leave to go talk on the terrace. Damn it!
She'll be fine, Vector. Why are you so upset over this?
Cause I'm crazy about that girl, that's why. Meanwhile, out on the terrace.
I'm glad you came and asked me to talk. We do have a lot to talk about, and I'm sorry for running out on you this morning.
No, I'm the one who's sorry. I broke your heart. I didn't mean to, but
It's okay. We're friends, Tails. That will never change, and I'll always care about you. But after I left crying this morning, I thought about us being together again, but... And I just can't give you another chance. I'm sorry.
I understand, but why though? I know you still love me. Oh, please.
For starters, you've torn between two girls, and that's not a good place to be, and I can't take the risk of you breaking my heart again, especially when I'm developing feelings for someone else. I can't jeopardize that for you.
It's Vector, isn't it?
It is Vector.
Wow.
I'm a little shocked, to be honest. So here we go again. You being jealous. You broke my heart, Miles. I have the right to move on.
Yeah, with him? He's not your type. He's immature, will always put making money ahead of you, and he's sweet,
Funny, helpful, thoughtful, caring, and handsome. He's helped me emotionally in more ways than you know. You've no right to judge him, Miles Tailprower. This is you being jealous. Just like you always were with Discord.
You're right, and I'm sorry. I came out here thinking we still had a chance. That you'd forgive me for being so quick into jumping back into a relationship with Cosmo.
I have thought about it. All day, as a matter of fact. It wasn't until this moment that I got the clarity I needed. It's over between us, Tails. And this time it's my choice. What you need to start asking yourself is, why don't you feel as close to Cosmo as you once did? I hope you find your damn answer.
Fluttershy walks away and leaves Tails on the terrace. Meanwhile, back inside, Charmy and Cream dancing.
You're kind of quiet tonight. Yeah, I'm just a little nervous, that's all. I've wanted to do this stuff with you, for a while. And now that it's happening, it's making my heart pound, really fast. Just relax, Charmy. Just think of it as we're two friends sharing a dance. I mean, we are friends, but we can't deny that things haven't been escalating between us lately. I mean, not that I'm complaining. It's just different. But in a very good way. I agree. Things are changing between us. I've always had a bit of a crush on you, Charmy, but we were too young, and I was too shy to say anything back then. Yeah, me too. You're so pretty, Cream, and have been an amazing friend. I'm happy things are changing with us. You've changed a lot, too, since our days at home. You're so grown up now and confident. Well, being 14 and having to take care of myself would have a way of doing that. I've really found myself here in Equestria. Working for Rarity has been amazing. I make really good money to support myself, and I found something I'm passionate about. As a child, I enjoyed sewing with my mom and making clothes for my dolls. I just never knew how much I loved fashion until I started working for her. So, Have you thought about what you're gonna do? Well, I guess it depends on Vector. As of right now, the plan is to open up a chaotics investigation agency right here in Equestria. So I'm probably gonna stick with that. Looking around Equestria, there's not much need for a techie like me. You're super intelligent, Jeremy. I know you'll find yourself here. As long as you're with me, Cream, I'll be happy regardless. Sorry, Jeremy, but I had to. Yeah, you look super cute in my helmet. This is the first time I've seen you without it. I gotta say, you look even more cute. You know, Charmy, I've been given a second chance at life, and this time I really want to live it to the fullest and not let stuff pass me by. I really, really, really like you, and I feel the same in wanting you to be with me every step of the way. Really? So here's the big surprise I told you about earlier, Charmy. Would you do me the honor of being my date to the Grand Galloping Gala? Huh? Yeah! Of course I will, Cream!
Aw, look at Charmy and Cream, SBO. I'm such a proud papa. That's our boy. Yes, proud indeed. I am happy for them too. I'm glad they finally told each other how they feel. Yes, and as for you and Fluttershy? I'm not sure, SBO. I'm absolutely smitten with her, that's for sure. Regardless, even if there's something there, on her end, nothing's going to happen anytime soon. She was pretty emotional after talking to Tails this morning, and she made it abundantly clear that she's not ready for a relationship yet. Well, her and Tails just came back in from the terrace, and Tails seems pretty upset. Well, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this! Vector, I wouldn't... Hey, Tails! Too late. Vector storms over to him. Didn't I make it clear to you earlier to leave Fluttershy alone?
And I made it clear to you earlier that it's none of your damn business.
I care about her, Fox, more than you ever did.
You can't even begin to comprehend what she means to me.
That's enough. You two are friends. Espio gets in between them. Sonic rushes over to help. What's going on over here? Your boy over there won't leave Fluttershy alone.
We had unresolved feelings to discuss, but she'll be happy to know that it's over between Fluttershy and I. I'm not the guy she's interested in, asshole.
Tails storms off.
Tails, what's going on?
Tails storms past Cosmo and heads upstairs to their bedroom. Geez, typical gathering at Sparkles. And this was supposed to be a fun gathering. It's always entertaining though, hon. Meanwhile, upstairs in Tails and Cosmos' room.
Tails, what is going on between you and Fluttershy? Nothing, Cosmo. Let it go. Well, it doesn't look like nothing to me with how upset you are right now. Are you sure you want to do this? Considering I'm technically engaged to you, yes. I had a feeling this was going to happen. I tried to warn you, Tails. The moment you left her, that you were being too hasty in doing so. Yeah, but you came back and saved my life. Given the circumstances with Fluttershy trying to kill me, it made it easy to run back to you. What I didn't expect was the feelings I have for Fluttershy to come back. And now that they have, Cosmo, it's over between Fluttershy and I. That was what our conversation was about just now. It was a closure that we both needed. If it was closure you received, then explain why you attacked Vector. He was pushing my buttons, borderline gloating about it, sticking his big snout in mine on Fluttershy's relationship. Like he knows what we've been through together. I just got tired of it all. Forgive me for saying, but you're coming off as being jealous. I'm so tired of everyone calling me jealous, when in reality, I'm in love with both of you, okay? You came back, and I immediately felt like I betrayed you by being with her. Given what Fluttershy and I went through with her trying to kill me, without thinking, I went right into your arms. Then, when Fluttershy came back, after the spell had been broken, I saw the heartache I caused her. I love you, Cosmo. I can't deny that. The connection with her felt exactly the same as the one I have with you. So you chose me out of obligation because we're engaged?
Honestly, partly, yes. But when you came back, my emotions weren't right, because Fluttershy was under an evil spell trying to kill me. You saved me from death, and I was so happy seeing you again. I didn't have time to think. But, Cosmo, the spark you and I had on Mobius hasn't fully come back yet. I think part of that has to do with the fact I've been torn up over my feelings for Fluttershy. And I want you to know that I love you, Cosmo. I swear I do. But we haven't really been focused on connecting yet. Reconnecting yet.
Cosmo embraces Tails.
Then let's try, Tails. You already know I love you with all my heart. Cosmo. Well, wait. I'm sorry, Cosmo. It's all right. Tails, you moved on after my death. I'm not naive to the feelings you developed for her. I know you love me, Tails. I don't need to question that. But I agree that we need to reconnect.
Meanwhile, back at the party.
Hey, you two, thanks for coming.
Yes, well, Sonia was insistent that we come, and, well, you guys are starting to grow on me. I'm not saying we're friends, but...
Oh, Senpai, would you admit it already? You like us.
I like you, Hunter, and Princess Twilight. I have respect for you, noble rat, and Sonia has proven to me that she cares about you, Hunter. Shadow extends his hand.
I was wrong about you, and I judged you, Nightshade. Like me, you've made some mistakes in the past, and you deserve a chance to change. I want to thank you for stepping up and taking down Aeon after Sonic and I failed. You've earned my respect as well.
Nightshade extends his hoof and shakes Shadow's hand.
And as far as you, Hunter, I want you to know I've got your back when it comes down to Eggman.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect this, Shadow.
It's time we end our grudge. A grudge that was driven by Eggman. You've always been a caring individual, and eventually you saw what I saw in Eggman, that he was just using you as he did me. We fight for the same cause now, Hunter, so we may as well be friends.
I agree. I like the sound of that, actually.
And you were always a good sparring partner.
Yeah, we always seem to bring the best out of one another in that regard.
Hey, you guys. Hunter.
Hey, Sonia.
I need a refill of champagne. Care to join me, noble rat?
Why, yes, of course.
But, Shadow, you basically have a full glass.
I know!
Gives Hunter a look.
Oh, right. I see what you two are doing now.
Yeah. Good luck, Hunter. You're going to need it with her.
Shut up, Shadow. They walk away. So, wow, I'm nervous right now.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's stupid, right? It's like we've never had a conversation with anyone else before.
I know the feeling. Hey, maybe we should go for a walk. I mean, it is a lovely evening tonight.
Yeah, it is a bit crowded in here, and it is a gorgeous night. So, yeah, a walk with you sounds nice. Hunter holds out his hand.
Shall we?
Sonia gives a smile and gently places her hand in his. Why, of course. They exit the castle.
Oh, and all of a sudden, I'm not so nervous anymore.
I know. Silly, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Emotions. I mean, what is it about getting around a guy you really like and then being nervous?
I don't know. It's kind of a first for me. But I see what you're saying. I'm never nervous around anyone, except for you. It is rather weird, isn't it?
Totally. But then again, I've never had a real crush on anyone. Aeon kind of drove any concept of it from me.
Yeah, I can imagine it being rough, being married to someone you didn't love. Why did you marry him? Were you forced?
No, I figured I was stuck with him anyway. It wasn't always bad, though. He had his moments when he seemed to actually care about me. In the end, he was just using me to gain access to the Triad of Power. It's kind of hard to develop feelings for a guy who kidnapped you as a child for your powers.
Ugh, gee, I know how that feels. I was created by Eggman for that exact reason. Took me a while to figure it out.
So, you were created by Eggman's thoughts using the Chaos Emeralds? So, like, how does that work? Are you an actual living being? Oh, I'm definitely a real being. I can experience pain, be killed, I get hungry, and experience normal emotions. To my knowledge, I am semi-immortal. I won't age or get sick. However, like you saw, I am affected by the state of the Chaos Emerald's powers. So, when Sonic was using them against Aeon, you experienced a surge in power? Precisely. And when he drained them of their powers, yeah. Could Eggman ever erase you if he got a hold of the Chaos Emeralds again? More than likely, yes. Don't worry, Hunter. I won't let him do that to you. Well, at least Eggman created a handsome, sweet hedgehog. Sonia nuzzles up to him as they continue walking. That feels nice. What made you do that? I guess I wanted to be close to you. And it does feel nice. Hey, Hunter? Yeah? What is it, Sonia? I know you've already been invited to the Grand Galloping Gala by Princess Celestia, but I was wondering if you'd want to perhaps be my official date for the event? Sure. How does that work again? Right. I forgot you don't have much experience when it comes to dating. Not to worry. I promise it'll only be a few dances. I'm not really looking for anything overly romantic. It's just, I've enjoyed your company these past few days, and with you, I feel like I have someone who legitimately cares about me. I do care about you, Sonia, and I've come to enjoy your company as well. Plus, I do kinda owe you for taking care of me. Meanwhile... Infinite and Bokun land in the garden. Are you sure about this, boss?
Yes, this garden is full of vengeful beings that would make for a great second in command in my regime.
But there's nothing but a couple of creepy-looking statues here.
Those aren't just statues, Bokun. Believe it or not, underneath that stony facade are living beings.
Alive? But how?
Eggman have found a book. It's more of a diary of sorts amongst the ruins of the Equestrian Empire. In it were historical records of the elements of harmony. These elements, when used, were said to turn anyone who's evil into stone, as you can see before you.
So these statues are like alive underneath?
Exactly, my little demonic friend. And there's one specific statue I'm interested in. Her.
She looks pretty evil, but why do you want someone on our team who's already failed?
Look at the hate. That look of malice on her face.
Who is she?
Her name is Queen Chrysalis, Queen and ruler of the Changelings. She is a demonic entity that feeds and gains power from love. According to the data collected by Boku and Deku, she was recently turned to stone by the current heroes of this world after attempting to take over. She is an evil, vengeful menace who is hell-bent on revenge for the destruction of her hive. I would say she's the perfect ally.
I'll trust your judgment, Infinite, but how are we going to free her? Don't we need the elements of harmony for that?
No, we have something far more greater than the elements of harmony.
The Phantom Ruby begins glowing. Infinite closes his eyes as he uses the ruby to crack Chrysalis' statue. Pieces of the statue fall to the ground.
It's an honor to meet you, Queen Chrysalis.
Who are you?
My name is Infinite, and I believe we could be of great use to one another.
The coordinates to Equestria have been entered. You may open the portal whenever you're ready, Philia.
Well, my love, are you ready to be $2 billion richer, Bonnet? I'm ready as I'll ever be. Just, please be careful, okay, Feels? Hey, no worries, okay? I got this. Opening a portal to another world. Yeah, that's a piece of fucking cake.
Philia slowly begins powering up as her powers begin to power Chris's machine.
Holy shit, this is harder than I expected it to be.
Philia powers up, adding more power to the machine as electricity begins to emit from it. The wind also begins picking up as Philia continues to add more power into the machine. That's it, Philia! You're doing it! Add more power!
Please be careful, Feels. I can fucking do this! Ah!
Philia's power explodes as lightning shoots everywhere. Suddenly, a portal opens in the doorway of the machine.
Yeah, and there's a lot of lightning coming from Sweet Apple Acres, and I'm sensing a large power behind whoever is responsible. Shadow, there's a huge power emanating from Sweet Apple Acres, and it's not infinite. It can't be. Philia? Philia? I haven't seen her since our days on Earth. She must have found your machine, Chris.
Who's Philia, Shadow?
She's my sister, and she's here in Equestria. I'll explain when I return. Let's go, Sonic!
What's going on?
I promise everything is fine, Applejack. Shadow and I will explain everything when we return. You ready, Shads? Yeah, let's go!
They leave quickly and make their way to Sweet Apple Acres. A portal opens at the base of the Master Emerald Temple. Philia and Bonnet arrive in Equestria, standing at the base of the Master Emerald Temple.
I fucking told ya. Do it. Feels, you look exhausted. Don't be ridiculous. I'm fucking fine. Philia!
Philia passes out from exhaustion. Hunter and Sonia arrive.
Philia! Philia, wake up! Please, wake up!
Hunter, that power came from her? She looks exactly like my brother.